Now basics of optometry is at your fingertips. Like and subscribe the channel to know more. Hello students, today I am going to talk about positive relative accommodation test. So positive relative accommodation test is the test when you start doing after you finish your negative relative accommodation test during orthodontic evaluation. So it is a direct measure of the accommodative response. So what you do in an NRE, you place the plus lenses and see till how much the patient can relax accommodation. Now you slowly reduce the plus lenses to 0 and then you can start doing the positive relative accommodation test. So what are the requisites? You require a trial frame for it. You require the trial frame. You require a near reading chart, right? So always give this letters target to the patient. Patient has to fix it on the N8 target. Hold the book at 40 centimeter. Should not change the working distance, and you add on the minus lenses. Keep on adding those minus lenses in 0.25 steps in the trial frame. First you add minus 0.25. Patient is telling yes, it is clear. Then you add minus point. You take out the minus 0.25 and then you add minus 0.5 and then patient again tells clear. So whenever the patient tells clear, so you remove that lens and put a higher minus in minus 0.25 steps, and you measure, like you keep on doing the test till the patient reports a first sustained blur. So what is a first sustained blur? First sustained blur means when the patient, suppose a patient at minus, when you have put minus 2 lenses in both eyes, patient sees some sort of blur. So patient reports blur. Now you tell the patient to keep on blinking. After blinking, the patient can clear it. Then that is not the first sustained blur. You need to add on minus 2.25 lenses. So once you are adding, the first sustained blur is a point when after repeated efforts the patient cannot clear the blur. That is your first sustained blur. So once we reach that first sustained blur stage, at that time we stop the positive relative accommodation test. There is no normal value for the PRA test, because a person can have a minus 2.5 diopter or a minus 3 diopter in PRA value, we can get it. But if we get a higher PRA value, that means the patient might have been over accommodating. The patient might be having accommodative excess. We have a lower PRA value, that means the patient cannot accommodate properly. That means the patient might have accommodative insufficiency. So this can be determined by the PRA test. So this we need to keep in mind. Positive relative accommodation test actually is an indirect measure of your negative fusional vergence. Now let me tell you something. In this relative accommodation test, in all these kinds of relative accommodation test, your convergence is actually fixed, okay, and you are stimulating the accommodation or relaxing the accommodation in this relative accommodation test. So what happens when you add minus 0.25 lenses in your eyes binocularly? Your accommodation is stimulated, okay. I am reading, so my accommodation is stimulated on addition of minus lenses. Now what is happening? Your binocularity, to maintain the binocular fusion, there should be some other force acting, opposite force acting to maintain the binocular fusion. So that is your negative fusional vergence acting. So suppose you are accommodating like this, right? Keep on accommodating like this, and your negative fusional vergence is acting from the opposite side. So this positive relative accommodation test is actually an indirect measurement of your negative fusional vergence or your divergence, right? So when we are accommodating, our accommodative convergence is also acting. So this accommodative convergence is actually accommodative convergence is acting. So this is actually stimulating my negative fusional vergence to act strongly, so that to make the target single and clear. So when this breaks, when the limit breaks, there will be a blur of the target. We always give a letter target to the patient. We do not give a dot target or a symbol like target or any other target like that. We always give a letter target to these patients, because the patient has to read on. The patient has to read on. The patient need not to see one single dot or something like that. The patient has to read on. So once we get the first sustained blur, we should stop the PRI. That's all about the PRI test. Thank you.